Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here to a video about these sales numbers of recent Pokemon games. So we get to see how many copies of Pokemon Sun and Moon have already been sold. So that's pretty fun right there. I also think this is going to be a pretty necessary video as well. I'm going to try to keep it short, but I do have a lot to say about how Pokemon has been performing over the last couple generations and stuff. And also this is going to clear up some misinformation about how Pokemon games are doing as well. So as we can see right here, as of September 30th, 2017, Pokemon X and Y has sold 16.2 million units worldwide. As of September 30th, 2017, Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire has sold 13.85 units. And then the big one, Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, almost 16 million units in under a year. Oh, this is going to be fun. And then we also have Joe Merritt coming in with the clarification, the history, the background as to what is going on right now. It's interesting to note that by September 30th, 2014 and 2017, these are the first years for the Pokemon games. So Pokemon X and Y only sold 13.29 million copies by their first September. Pokemon Sun and Moon almost at 16 million, and Joe Merritt does bring this up as well. While people may say that Sun and Moon has nothing on Pokemon X and Y in their first year, with X and Y having an extra month, because remember, Pokemon X and Y, that was released in October, and then we're having like October into November. This is October into September. For Pokemon Sun and Moon, it's November into September. Pokemon Sun and Moon are already doing better. I would expect that we're at 16 million by now in October. So if we add the extra month, it seems like Pokemon Sun and Moon has almost sold 3 million more copies in less than its first year for Pokemon X and Y. So yeah, a lot of people, I think they're just trying to project their biases onto it. Like, man, Pokemon Sun and Moon sucked. The launch of Pokemon X and Y was so good. It was so much better. The game was just doing a lot better. Well, the numbers don't lie, and they say Pokemon Sun and Moon did much better. And you can see that substantial growth. 3 million copies from generation to generation for Pokemon Sun and Moon. So that's pretty nice as well. And also, I feel that Pokemon Sun and Moon might have been greatly impacted in comparison to Pokemon X and Y. Then when it comes to Pokemon Sun and Moon, the games were pirated 10 days before launch. That CFW was floating around at least a week before launch as well. So we don't know how many copies were pirated in that way, and how much more accessibility that added to Pokemon Sun and Moon, and how that could have affected sales figures. I know proving a lost sale is pretty difficult. That's something that Total Biscuit says a lot about. You know, it's like, okay, cool. So what if someone buys a game off of G2A, or if people start buying games off of secondary market? The game developers, it's hard for them to prove if that person that's getting like an illegal copy or a reduced copy for a cheaper price, if they would have bought the full price as well. So yeah, kind of like proving a loss is kind of difficult, but it does seem like Pokemon Sun and Moon could have been much more impacted because it was so accessible so much earlier. And I think that the homebrew for 3DS became a lot more accessible as well compared to Pokemon X and Y and the 2014 days of modifying the game. And even then, it took weeks for Pokemon X and Y to have PK Hex running, to have Pokegen running. When it came to Pokemon Sun and Moon, by the time the demo was out, right after the demo got data mined broken into, it was pretty much like, yeah, we got PK Hex running on Pokemon Sun and Moon before launch. They get the CFW and it was running just like that. So it seems like Pokemon Sun and Moon might have also taken a little bit of a sales hit as well. Well, so I think it's fair to just round up to 16 million, or say like 3 million more than Pokemon X and Y at least. Comparing that to Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire is another point that Joe Merritt kind of brings up. Just remember, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon won't do as well, and wouldn't be set to do as well because it's an enhanced game. They typically do half. Now, Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire is in a unique position because it was a remake that kind of overwrote the enhanced version. We didn't get a Z version. We didn't get an X and Y2 or anything silly like that. And even the game developers, Masuda said in an interview that they were tying together X and Y into the enhanced version, but in a unique way with a remake. So in that case, we have sold almost 14 million units in 3 years for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. So that's pretty good as well. That game did very well, and it kind of continued with Pokemon X and Y, and then we got to see a big bounce for Pokemon Sun and Moon. So what does this mean for Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon? That people were disappointed in Pokemon Sun and Moon, and Pokemon Sun and Moon died pretty quickly. You know, even though X and Y had less copies sold, it feels like the community which was much more active, even 3 months, 6 months after Pokemon Sun and Moon's release. So the game got a lot of hype, and it didn't really pan out. I don't know if this means it's going to transition to Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon better, or if people have completely given up in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So sales figures are going to be very important. I want to see the first month. I also want to see like the September 30th catch-up, just to see how they do in comparison to the other games. So we have red and green version / red and blue, whatever, into Pokemon Yellow. We have about half, 31 million into 14.6. Gold and silver into Crystal. Crystal did not perform that well at all. Actually, I remember that, you know, I think I was the only one of my friends to get Crystal version. No one really talked about it. I was like, well, we already destroyed Gold and Silver version. That's a big game. I don't want to beat Kanto region again on another game. You know, there wasn't as much selling Crystal version. It's just, yo, Gold and Silver were incredible, so we don't really need Crystal. Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald makes sense. Diamond, Pearl got a nice little buff. And then Black and White. So yeah, it's kind of interesting to see that. Black and White 2 had more people come from Black and White into Black and White 2. Now, this is released to date, so these numbers, you know, we have like 16, 17 million. So we've already seen with Pokemon Sun and Moon, that could grow to 20 million in the next couple of years. And I don't know if X and Y will be that way, because like Ruby, Sapphire, Diamond, Pearl, there was longer waits between these games. It was also a different time. You know, this is back when Pokemon was taking over the world. This was like when Pokemon was the thing. So I feel like if you want to get back into Pokemon, you know, people, they're still buying Ruby, Sapphire, Diamond, Pearl. Those games are old enough to where they still have replay value on a nostalgic level. Pokemon X and Y, if you pick that game up, you don't really gain anything from it. You get more from Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. You get more from Pokemon. Actually, yeah. If you want to do transfer into Pokemon Sun and Moon, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire is the way to go. You get all the legendary Pokemon, and then you're set. We're going to see what Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon does for that. Because we can see, the games generally do about half. So that means Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon could be expected to get around 8 mil. That's still a very good number, even if it gets less. However, if it gets more. What if Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon gets 10 mil? That'd be huge, because we already have a Pokemon game confirmed for 2018. And that means like Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon still has enough to bring in those players. I feel like it's not going to have a good first month, but then the secret might be out. People might go, this game's incredible. It's what we expected Pokemon Sun and Moon to be. It's better than what we expected Pokemon Sun and Moon to be. And if it breaks 10 million sales, that would be freaking awesome. Other than that, I don't really have much else to say. It's kind of a shame that Pokemon Sun and Moon died so hard. It's a double shame that Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon looks to be very, very good games, but people don't have faith in them. So we're just going to kind of keep an eye on these numbers as Pokemon continues to grow. But I think it makes a lot of sense. Pokemon Go and Pokemon Sun and Moon, absolutely massive. The install base on the Switch is going to be less by then. But I think Joe Merrick also updated that there was like 7 million units for the Nintendo Switch have been sold by this point. Yeah. Nintendo Switch is at 7.63 million units as of September 30th, 2017, so we know that a couple million people are going to grab the Switch just for the new Pokemon game. There's also going to be millions more units sold as people like want to get Mario Odyssey, as they want to play the new games that are going to be coming out as well. So I see the Switch doing very well. I see it becoming accessible. I see Pokemon bundles being for the Switch as well. So yeah, the Switch game of Pokemon could still be in the high millions, and we're going to see if it beats Mario Odyssey. That'd be pretty interesting to see if we can get that large following coming from 3DS Pokemon Sun and Moon into the Switch, and then be one of the most hyped games ever. So yeah, it's still looking pretty good, even for the future of Pokemon, and even how Pokemon's doing right now. 16 million copies in a year. That's pretty solid. So Pokemon Sun and Moon, it had hype. Let's hope that we can get some staying power this time. So if you guys enjoy the video, hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching. And then I guess to finish off the video, we'll just cover a little bit of extra Pokemon news as well, because I think this is actually pretty important. That today, October 31st, Halloween, is the last day that you can redeem the Mega Stones for Pokemon Sun and Moon. So as we can see right here, the currently running Mega Stone distributions are about to end on Tuesday, October 31st. So if you're watching this after October, sorry, but if you're watching it and you haven't done it yet, I think I made like 3 videos saying, yo guys, you should do it now. Here's all the codes. Get it done. Get it over with. Something like that. But yeah, these distributions are the only way to get these specific Mega Stones in Pokemon Sun and Moon. So get them while you can, and then these are the codes. So M2 Descent, Intimidate, Azul, Matsubusa, Sable Volant, Poyong, and then Drache, or Drak, or something like that, you know. We got foreign names mixing in as well. And then that's how you get all of the non-Alola decks. So any of the Pokemon Bank Pokemon, their Mega Stones, their Mega Evolutions, those were available for free like this. Another interesting thing I missed that if any, it doesn't really confirm or deny anything, but it does kind of show an interesting aspect. A lot of people have been saying, hey, I want to use Rotom Dex in battle. I want to see Rotom get a new type or a new ability or something. There is going to be a Rotom distribution that's tied in with a Dex, but it just seems like you're getting the regular Rotom, so I don't know if that like completely debunks a new Rotom form or like Roto Dex being able to battle or something, because when people saw the Roto powers, that you get to use the Z Crystal, or you get to use multiple Z moves in a battle because of like the Rotopon, I think that's what it's called, that because of that you can get extra effects. So I think that also kind of shows like, yeah, we're not necessarily using Rotom in battle, he just helps us out. So yeah, apparently it's based off the line app in Japan, and then you can discuss things with Rotom once you befriend it. Within this, you'll be given a serial code to unlock Pokemon, or to unlock Rotom, Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon upon the game's release. And let's see, apparently yesterday was the last day to receive a Cap Pikachu using Pikachu 20, that being the Alola Cap, and then we just have the other stuff we've been covering. Also, one weird thing I kind of wanted to bring up and talk about, because it's Halloween, and I hadn't heard anything about any kind of online battle competition. It seems like after the last Festival Plaza mission, Pokemon Global Link is just shut down. Pokemon Global Link begins updating November 10th, so it's not going to be usable until Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon comes out. I think they might bring it up like maybe the 17th. A little bit of that early stuff going on. Let's see. Let's get the full details. Yeah, it returns on November 17th. So Pokemon Global Link is going to be down for a week. This includes the functionality such as the QR code rental feature. That's going to be down as well. So anything tied in with a Global Link. We have the rating battle of Season 6. That's going to be ending soon. And yeah, we had no Halloween event. There were no battle competitions or anything like that. So I just thought it was strange. Pokemon Global Link's pretty dead right now. It died pretty soon after the launch of Pokemon Sun and Moon, which is pretty unfortunate. But yeah, we only have two things going on right now. We have QR rental teams, so you can rent the World Championship teams, which you can only do for like a month based off like when this came out. You know, about like the best with the official QR rental teams. So only get a month to use that. We'll see if they still stay for Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. I would imagine that they would keep it up, and then yeah, rating battle Season 6. That's it.